Are you sure you're free? What else would I be doing?
Hey guys, this is Jeff, aka 11 Bronson, bringing you the next monthly collection update video for the month of October 2023. Of course, I picked up a couple of horror titles, two non horror titles. I picked up a Clint Eastwood action figure, which I did an unboxing of, which I will be showing a little bit later in the video. Again, sort of spotlighting him a little bit because I do love that figure. But other than that, I would just say let's go into this stack of titles and then the figure, and let's take a look at everything that I picked up this month. And of course, I do want to also say it's now November as I'm recording this. It's now Charles Bronson month on my channel, and I've already had a Bronson watch party on Saturday, which was Mr. Majestic with Dan. Watch parties that are coming up is the Messenger of Death one with Rob's Vintage Video, and I'm doing a Scarface watch party on Gareth's channel. Again, this is not Bronson related, but still, I'm also appearing this month on Gareth Video Tasty's channel to watch Scarface, which is my favorite movie of all time. Which I think that should be a really good watch party. But then I'm also doing again on my channel Death Wish 2, 3 and 4. And Death Wish 2 is with Matt, Pockwall316. Death Wish 3 I'm doing with Dave from Savage Zombie Reviews. And Death Wish 4 is Gareth joining me on my channel, Video Tasties. And then also I have a Murphy's Law watch party planned later this month with Jason from Backtrack Cinema. Awesome channel. Check these guys out. Awesome channels. Give them some love and attention, guys. They're really great. Tell them Jeff sent you. Anyway, let's go into the October stack. Here we go. All right, so here we go with my October 2023 update. Now, first two titles are non-horror titles, and then the rest of the stack are horror titles. So, first up is a Cynthia Rothrock film that I did mention in my last update was coming, along with Righting Wrongs, which Righting Wrongs still hasn't arrived, which it's really driving me crazy with some, shipping times for certain films. There's another one I'm going to mention later on when I'm discussing the horror stack film that I ordered, which hasn't arrived yet. But this one has Lady Reporter, the Eureka edition from the UK. Cynthia Rothrock's starring Hong Kong film, where she actually was the main star. She was top billed. I think the first and only time a Western actor, actress in this case, receives a top billing in a Hong Kong film. But this is a pretty good one. Amazing stunt work as always with these Hong Kong films. Amazing action scenes, story serviceable, but again, that's to be expected from these Hong Kong films. I mean, they focus on the action more than they did the story. The story was sort of secondary, but still, it's the story, like I said, is serviceable. You got a couple of art cards and a nice little booklet. I'm not gonna go through it too in depth. There's been a lot of unboxings and reviews for this edition, and yeah, Eureka has done a great job on the transfer and everything, and some great special features. A nice interview with Cynthia Rothrock, among others. Yeah, you know what? Another great Cynthia Rothrock film added to my growing collection of her. If you guys want to see the special features, feel free to pause and go ahead and read that. But yeah, Lady Reporter. And then I ordered a spaghetti western from eBay, a Wild East one, which is pretty rare to get nowadays. I was still able to get a decent price on this Blu-ray from Wild East here. The Requiem for Gringo, also known as Duel in the Eclipse. Really good, underrated sort of spaghetti western. I was glad to get a good price on this one when I did purchase this past month. Yeah, this This one arrived again very quickly. So again, like I said, it's driving me crazy. With some titles I have to wait like 2 months because customs get a hold of them, and they keep it in their, you know, they keep it there, and then I have to pay the import, and then they release it after a week or two, and yeah, it's anyway. Those were the two non-horror titles. Here is a horror title, a Lucio Fulci classic, The Beyond. Finally picked up a copy of this one from the Shameless Entertainment label in the UK. Yeah, I think we're good here, and usually Shameless always shows some nudity and stuff, but this film didn't really contain nudity. But yeah, cool Lucio Fulci film. This is the second one in the Gates of Hell trilogy, if I'm not mistaken. I do own the first one, which is City of the Living Dead, and then he did this one. And then I still need a copy of House by the Cemetery, but I do believe that has a 4K now. I might pick that up. But yeah, pretty good film. I did enjoy that one. And I have another Italian film. Not necessarily horror, but it's a giallo, so it's sort of, it could, you know, considerably fall under the horror bracket. But this is Cold Eyes of Fear, a Enzo G. Castellari giallo with Giovanna Ralli and Frank Wolf and Fernando Rey. Pretty decent giallo, even though I've seen, you know, much better giallos. But I did enjoy this one. I do always enjoy Enzo G. Castellari's films. So yeah, this is Cold Eyes of Fear. And then we move on to US horror-made films. We picked up one John Carpenter film, which was missing from my collection. This is a German edition of In the Mouth of Madness with Sam Neill, which, yeah, it's a pretty good film. I do really enjoy this film. Good cast. Like I said, Sam Neill, Jürgen Prochnow, who I know from Beverly Hills Cop 2. That's where I'm mostly known from anyway. Charlton Heston, John Glover. Yeah, I do always enjoy John Carpenter's films, and probably this is, I think, what many consider to be his last sort of great one. I think after this he did, of course, Vampires, which a lot of people would consider his last good film. But after that it sort of went downhill, and Carpenter did a couple of flops after this. You know, Ghost of Mars springs to mind. But still, this one, In the Mouth of Madness, really, really good film. I do enjoy it. Then I've upgraded the Nightmare on Elm Street films to this Blu-ray set, which contains all the original Nightmare on Elm Street films, right up until Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Like I said, I do own all of these on DVD, but now I finally upgraded these films to Blu-ray. Sort of, this is a pretty standard edition. Nothing really much comes with it. Even the discs is the same. Like, and you have, you know, the first one is on the first disc, and then you have 2 and 3 on disc 2, and then you have 4 and 5 on disc 3, and then I think you have, yeah, Freddy's Dead and New Nightmare on disc 4, and then you do have a bonus disc, which I'm still yet to delve into the special features. But yeah, do own all. It's nice to own all the Nightmare on Elm Street films on Blu-ray finally, which, yeah, I'm very happy. I do like this design here with Freddy, you know, sort of peeking through here with his famous razor glove hand coming through. Yeah, I do like it. I do like the films. Yeah. Then I finally picked up the Saw collection. This is, I think, the US Lionsgate edition. This contains all Saw films right up until Jigsaw. Yeah, I still have to sort of deal with this. This was like a very annoying sticker that was on there. I tried to peel it off, but then it leaves this mess behind. I still have to fix this up. This is, I think, even more annoying than my UK friends always have to deal with the CEX stickers. And yeah, this is, I think, a similar case. But yeah, you know, no special features, pretty standard. You just have all the Saw films on here, right up until Jigsaw, like I said. So, of course, the latest one isn't in here, which I do still plan to see in the cinema, Saw X, which is out now. But yeah, here you have 3 films on one disc. So one, and Wait, oh no, this is 2 films. I think here you do have a couple of films. Oh, a loose disc. Great. I do hate when there's loose discs. It doesn't even click into place. Okay. Yeah, I have to be careful there, but knowing, like I said, you do have a couple of films here on 1 disc, so 2 and 3 on 1, so 4 and 5. This is DVD discs. 6 and the final chapter in Jigsaw. Yeah, you do have the films on Blu-ray and DVD, which is good. So you have both options, but yeah, like I said, pretty standard. I wish there were a couple of special features, but again, you do have, you know, pretty much 9 films here to watch in one little, you know, condensed, confined sort of box set, which is good for on the shelf. It doesn't take up too much space. It's a little bit of a fat pack, but you know, if they added bonus disc and stuff, this will be even bigger. So it is sort of good for shelf space, but it's, you know, again, pretty basic, but still good to have all the films. And then last but certainly not least, or well, maybe it is according to the fans, maybe, but I picked up the 3rd film in the Scream franchise. Again, I've now seen the first 3. I have to see Scream 4 and then the latest 2 films, and I will be all caught up. Not a series that I've always, you know, sort of went into, sort of got into this very recently. Even the first Scream film I saw, like, first time, when was it, 2-3 years ago at this point. And I guess the reason why I never really got into the Scream films is because I grew up sort of watching these scary movie films, believe it or not. And that sort of ruined this thing for me, because obviously Scary Movie is one huge sort of parody, mostly of Scream. They also parody, of course, other films, other horror films, but mostly Scream. So I was like, well, Scary Movie sort of ruined it for me, if that makes sense. But I do enjoy Scream 1. I did enjoy the second one. This one, it was okay. Again, this is, I think, this is the German Blu-ray. It was okay. You do always get some cool special features with these films. I have noticed with Scream 1, 2, and 3. There are some good special features. And Wes Craven actually directed the sequels as well, which, again, with Freddy, with the Nightmare on Elm Street, he only directed the first one, and then he came back for, I think he wrote and produced the 3rd one. And, of course, he directed the new Nightmare one. But with Scream, he actually stuck with with each installment. He actually directed each installment himself. Right up until Scream 4. After that, I think he passed away, so he didn't direct the 2 recent ones. But it is good to see a franchise where Wes Craven sort of stuck with it. So I am curious to see Scream 4. Even though Horror Month, October is now over, I might still pick up Scream 4 this month, so to complete the collection, and then I can make my way to the other films. But anyway, that's it for the movies for October. But I have done a unboxing this month of a Clint Eastwood action figure, which Clint Eastwood has now got his own line of action figures going with the company Sideshow. They have put out The Man with No Name, Blondie, Dirty Harry, and The Preacher is their latest one, and they're going to do Josie Wells and William Money from Unforgiven next. But I have picked up The Preacher because that one looked the best to me, so I'm going to show you guys The Preacher a little bit. I do want to talk about it a little bit, because obviously in the unboxing I was silent. I had the music over it. It was sort of just to get it out of the box, but I do want to show you guys the figure a little bit and talk about it for just a few minutes. So here we go. So here he is. Again, I did an unboxing video of it, and the lighting isn't the best at the moment, but I think you guys can get an idea of this guy. I really think this is the best Clint Eastwood figure that Sideshow has put out thus far. I wasn't too impressed with their Blondie. Even the Dirty Harry one, I wasn't 100% keen on it, but this one I think they absolutely nailed, you know, the most important aspect, which is the likeness. Blondie and Dirty Harry I thought were a little too cartoonish. This one still has a slightly cartoony sort of look, but I think there's no denying this is Clint Eastwood. I think the hat, they nailed it. I do wish they did the neckerchief a little differently. I know that obviously they do pre-tie this one for you. I mean, it can be a bitch to have to tie this around his neck yourself. So I do appreciate that it already comes with that on, but obviously, and they do it as a mass-produced thing, so obviously they're not going to be, you know, spending 100% care and attention to getting these things tied 100% the same and perfectly, but it does sort of stick out the neckerchief. But again, you can sort of try and fix it yourself. I'm just going to leave it because I'm really not good with these things. But I mean, the outfit, you got the long sort of frock coat, duster coat, which is weathered. There's dust and everything on it, dirt. Again, like I said, the lighting at the moment isn't the best, so it might not come out as much, but it's definitely there. And you know, you got the holster, you got 2 guns, you got bullets in here. The bullets aren't removable, but you do have on the other side, yes, the cylinder cartridges for the revolver. Again, the lighting is crap. Yeah, there you go. You can remove those. He can sort of hold those. You can make it look as if he's reloading like he does in the film. And the cylinders, they do rotate, as you can see. No other moving parts, which I was disappointed with. I thought you could maybe cock the hammer back, but that's a fixed part. You can't move it. But yeah, at least it's something that you can already, you know, rotate the barrel, or not the barrel, the cylinders. And yeah, that's his 2 guns, both different sizes. This one has a long barrel, that has a short barrel. Just like in the movie, I sort of put that right there, so you can draw that with his other hand. This is the pose I've got him in now. I got the duster jacket on this side placed behind the holster, as if he's just, you know, sort of drawn his gun from the holster, and maybe there's a little bit of wind going on. And the duster sort of, or the frock coat, again, whatever this coat is supposed to be. I'm not too familiar with the style of it, but maybe there's some wind going on, so he's standing there in the wind, you know, confronting Stockburn and his deputies. Maybe he's just confronting Stockburn here, and Stockburn is saying, you, you know, just that famous, iconic final scene. I mean, I do love the head sculpt on this. Like I said, I think the beard is done well. He has that classic Clint squint going on. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on it, because of course this is a collection update, not a figure review, but yeah, I just wanted to give him a little special spotlight. I'm very happy with this one. Not cheap, definitely not cheap to get this, but I think in the end it was worth it. You know, I got a couple of the other Clint Eastwood bootleg sort of figures, because I do like them. I do prefer them head sculpt wise and stuff over the Sideshow ones. You know, I got a bootleg Man with No Name and Dirty Harry figure from a Chinese company. The only thing that Sideshow figures, in my opinion, from what I've seen anyway, they have over the bootlegs is better tailoring and better clothing and outfits and details on stuff. But the head sculpts, I would go with the bootlegs myself, personally. I'm going to put him back on the shelf. I'm going to show you what he looks like standing next to my other 2 Clint Eastwood figures. Again, he's an officially licensed one, and the other 2 will be bootlegs, but I'm going to put him back on the shelf and just for a minute I'm going to show you the sort of how he compares and stacks up to the other ones. So here we go. And here we go. Welcome to my 1/6 figure world, if you will. No, but here is of course the Preacher. As you can see, body and lengthwise, this one is obviously the correct way. Clint is a tall actor. Clint is a tall man. This figure, they chose a very tall body. I mean, even though I got him on this stand, which Sideshow did supply, which is quite big, it adds some length. But even if I took him off the stand, put him next to my Blondie there, for example, like I said, I do prefer that head sculpt to what Sideshow did. And the same goes with that Dirty Harry figure. I mean, I do have the shades on him, but I do love that head sculpt on that one. But yeah, if I take him off the stand and put him next to Blondie, if he's off the stand, yeah, he's still gonna be way taller, and that's the way he should be. Like, there's a way to fix this. You can add some ankle extenders or maybe even a neck extension to have that Clint Eastwood or that Clint Eastwood look taller like he should be. But for now, Sideshow has nailed it with the body. You know, correct sort of long, lengthy and lanky sort of body. Yeah, this is I'd say it's the best Clint of these three that I have. But like I said, I will still take that Blondie over the Sideshow Blondie. And I will take that Dirty Harry over the Sideshow Dirty Harry. Again, the tailoring is better on Sideshow, like on the suit of Dirty Harry, for example. Sideshow has done a much better suit. There's no denying that. But the head sculpt, which is always the make or break thing with these figures, it's much better for me on these Chinese bootlegs. And like I said, it's a shame about the height, that they sort of have a stock body. I mean, if I put that Clint next to Pacino here, for example, which is also, I should add, a Chinese bootleg replica, he's gonna be the same height as Pacino, which definitely is not accurate. Pacino's like, well, what is Pacino, 5'7"? No, not even that. Pacino's is way smaller, but yeah, Clint is like 6'5". Pacino's like 5. Let's just say 5'5", whatever. Yeah, Clint should be towering over Pacino. And the same, I think, would go with that Marlon Brando figure. I think Brando wasn't a tall guy as well. So yeah, I think lengthwise, Sideshow has got the Clint Eastwood thing nailed, the Clint Eastwood height. But yeah, anyway, he does look cool on the shelf. Like I said, let's pull it back a little bit. This is my little 1/6 shelf that I got going on. I do have my Pacino here from Scarface standing next to his chair. I do have my little Godfather display right here of Michael and the Don Corleone Vito right there. Michael sitting in the Don's chair, and he is standing on his own little nice base. Again, the lighting sucks here. I do apologize for that, but and here's my little Clint Eastwood trio right now. Now I am considering picking up that Outlaw Josie Wales figure from Sideshow because, well, I do love that movie and I love the character. But we shall see. And of course, they're also going to be doing William Money from Unforgiven. But yeah. Anyway, that's my little non-James Bond, I should say, because I got a lot more 1/6 scale figures. But that's right over there. That's all my James Bond 1/6 scale figures. I got them over there. But here are my other 1/6 figures. Don't have that many, but then again, I'm a certain kind of collector. I only collect from like the properties I really, really love. Like The Godfather, amazing film. I want the figures. Scarface, of course, is my favorite film. You guys know I'm gonna have a figure for that. And then I do love Clint Eastwood. It's one of my favorite actors. Yeah, I'm gonna collect those figures as well, if I can, and yeah, if I like them enough. But yeah, there you go. Clint Eastwood as the Pale Rider. And again, the lighting sucks. I can't even focus. I can already tell, but yeah, there you go. So there you guys have it. That was the October 2023 update. Again, I do love that Clint Eastwood figure. But yeah, it was a smaller stack for this month, and 2 films weren't horror. I'm still waiting on a couple of horror titles. I think I did mention in the live stream that I did on Dan's channel in October with the Forgotten Horror channel, which is Davey Dark and those 2 guys from Forgotten Horror channel. Link in the description down below. Again, another channel I do highly recommend. Had a fantastic time talking horror with Dan's Movie Cave, Carlos Eastwood for Life fan, and Davey and Ant from the Forgotten Horror channel on Dan's Movie Cave's live stream on our episode 10 of Talking Movies, which was discussing the horror genre. You know what, I'll have all those links down below of all the channels and stuff that I mentioned, but I do really want to give a special mention for those guys, especially for the Forgotten Horror channel, because it's a great channel. I do enjoy watching their podcast episodes every time. They did a great episode on Cobra, which again, it's not horror, that film per se. I mean, you can consider it a bit of Stallone slasher a little bit. But especially Ant, he has a great Cobra collection. He has the Cobra knife, which, oh, I'm so jealous of, because as you guys know, I love my sort of Stallone movie knives. I have a couple of the Rambo knives. I have the Expendables Bowie knife. But that Cobra knife is one that I really wish that I would have in my collection. And Ant, he has it. I mean, it's very hard to get that Cobra knife nowadays. I'm very happy that Ant has it. I know he's a massive fan of Cobra. But that is an episode in particular that I especially enjoyed. But they have done some other great episodes on Halloween. It's one of the most recent ones. where they showed off some Halloween tapes and stuff in their collection. Yeah, great guys. Give them a shout. I'm gonna give them a shout. Give them a sub, guys. Check them out. And again, tell them Jeff sent you. 101 Bronson sent you guys. But yeah, all those links of all the great channels that I mentioned in this video will be down below to check out. So anyway, that's it for now. That's, I guess, all I have. So stay tuned for Bronson month. Of course, all the Bronson watch parties that are coming up. There might still be 1 or 2 watch parties that I can plan for this month. If anybody would be available like very late towards the month, towards the end of the month, I can still probably schedule in 1 or 2 there. So if anybody still has interest in joining, please let me know again on my socials. If you have my Facebook, WhatsApp, or Instagram, you can let me know on there. Otherwise, you can contact me via email, which is in my channel description thingy. So yeah, anyway, that's all I have for today. Stay tuned for more content. As always, stay healthy and well, everybody. Keep punching, and we will see you all very, very soon. Take care.